dears, welcome to Beauty of Heart. I'm Lily, also known as Lulu. Today I'm very excited to share with you dears the swatches and review of this latest Makeup Rising Phoenix palette, which is this Desist Vanquish Eyeshadow palette. Over here. This is Makeup Rising Phoenix Halloween palette of year 2021, and this is their 11th anniversary palette. Inspired by the otherworldly creatures unique to Singapore, which are the Antagonizers of Man and the quiet heroes who save the day. In this video, I'll be sharing with you the swatches and review of this eyeshadow palette and one of the story that inspired the shade. Actually, all 12 shades comes with individual story, but I'm going to just share with you one. And hopefully this video is informative enough for you and can help to serve you as a guideline. If you dears happen to like this video, please consider to subscribe. And for all of you dears who are watching my video right now, thank you so much for watching. It's my blessing to have you dears here. By the end of the video, please share with me in the comment section below because I really love to hear your feedback. What do you think of this Desist Vanquish Eyeshadow palette? Thank you so much, and now let's get started! Let me start off by sharing with you dears about this brand, Makeup Rising Phoenix. I've always do Makeup Rising Phoenix eyeshadow palette review, and I keep mentioning about their brands because somehow I just feel that this brand is so underrated. They deserve much more love. And that's why I always mention their brand. So Makeup Rising Phoenix is a Singapore indie brand, and they have been around on the market for 11 years. Wow! Makeup Rising Phoenix is a vegan and cruelty-free brand. They are also gluten and paraben free. Makeup Rising Phoenix is my most favorite indie brand, and I'm so proud of them. I keep buying from them. Even though this palette, Desist Vanquish palette, was sent to me, I will still share with you dears my true thoughts, and I will be objective with their palette. There is something I really like about this palette and not so like about this palette, which I will share with you why later. All these 12 colors are in their shimmery, metallics, duochrome, multichromes, finishes, and all these 12 colors contains very tiny sparkles which makes our eyes more attractive. They are also the creator of duochrome, multichrome formula with sparkles, and I really like it. I like very shiny, reflective, very sparkling eyes. When I received this parcel, again I really appreciate the thoughtfulness and the carefulness of Makeup Rising Phoenix. They are carefully wrapped with many layers of bubble wrap. The only thing is I have to remove it layer by layer. But I really appreciate their carefulness. And because they are so careful, so far, touch wood, I didn't receive any broken eyeshadow from Makeup Rising Phoenix yet. Yeah! Makeup Rising Phoenix is the creator of the glitter-based duochromes formula, and now in this palette I can also see that they added glitter in their multichromes and subtle multichrome formula. For their glitters, they are actually very finely milled. They are very tiny and they are so sparkling. The glitters are not the pressed glitter type, so that is safe for our eyes. All Makeup Rising Phoenix products are sold exclusively at their website, and I will link their website address in the description box below. By the way dears, as you dears who watch me frequently probably already know that I have a 30% discount code for all their products. So this is not an affiliate link. I do not earn any commission, but if you happen to be interested in any of their products, please visit them, and with my code I can help you to save 30%. So this is a little way for thanking you dears. And also thank you Makeup Rising Phoenix for giving me this 30% discount code to share with you dears. Anyways, I will insert the discount code over here and also in the description box below, or maybe even in the comment section. This latest palette, the Desist Vanquish palette, is the sister palette of their previous Halloween palette 2020, which is this Desist and Deviant palette. I also did a swatch and review of this Desist and Deviant palette. And if you dears like to find out more in details, please refer to this video. I will link it in the description box below as well as on the iCard. Anyway, this is their Halloween palette in the year 2020, and this color tone is more to the very rich, vibrant jewel tone. And there are various formulas over here, full multichromes, duochromes, shimmery metallics, and most of them have glitters in there as well. This is their specialty. And as you guys can see, it's also an all shimmery colors palette. So this latest palette, Resist, Desist, Vanquish, is their 2021 Halloween palette. However, this palette is actually released after Halloween. And Makeup Rising Phoenix explained that because here in Singapore, we don't celebrate Halloween. And that's why they release after that. So as you guys can see, some of the tones over here are the rich, vibrant jewel tones, but most of them are the darker, grungier, more muted colors. When I first saw the release photo over at their IG, I wasn't really very into the color stories because for my daily makeup, especially nowadays, I'm more into the pink, rosy, natural tones, and I'm not so much into dark tone for my daily use. So when I received this, how I use this is mainly I will just use 1 or 2 shimmery eyeshadows on my eye makeup and test the colors one by one. And when I just use 1 or 2 colors, I don't find the kick of it. But when I start to combine these colors together for my 5 eye makeup looks video, which I will release after this video, I find that the color story actually grows on me and I start to like them more and more, especially the purples. There are a few purples in this palette. So the color story is something that I cannot really accept initially because it's not with my current style, but slowly but steadily it grows on me. Another thing I really appreciate with Makeup Rising Phoenix is they always hand-drawn their artwork. So this is the artwork for the Resist, Desist, Vanquish palette, and I think this picture over here represent the color tinting enchantress. Anyways, because I received this palette after their launch, Makeup with Rising Phoenix is very sweet to me. They asked me to take my own sweet time to test this product and give a very honest feedback. And that's why I received this since around November. I am really taking my own sweet time. The pricing for this palette is 85 Sing dollar. There are a few formulas in this palette which are the metallics, shimmers, subtle multichromes. Usually, multichromes eyeshadow cost more than their other formulas. So on the Makeup Rising Phoenix website, they mentioned that the cost price of their matte and shimmers ingredients has increased. Hence, it explains this palette costs more than their usual palettes. As I mentioned, I'm very familiar with the quality of their shimmers, metallics, subtle multichrome. Short form, subtle chrome. And also their full multichromes, which is not in this palette. I really like how smooth they go on to the skin and also on the eyes, and how reflective they are. They are very smooth. They feel very waxy smooth, but they are not wet. Let me just randomly choose one color. Actually, I can't choose any color, so I just choose this color and do a live swatch. Can you see how well they stretch too? And you just probably can see that these are really ultra smooth and very finely milled to the extent that you can't see the lines of my fingerprint. And this is so reflective. And usually for their shimmery metallics formula, I do not need to spray them. They are just so intense. But if you just really like to have a more intense look, then please spray. I must reiterate, because in most of my videos about Makeup Rising Phoenix, I keep saying that I really admire their originality in their creativity and how they come out with the colors. So all of these 12 colors actually comes with a personal story, a true ghost horror story. This is a 12 pans eyeshadow palette, so meaning that there are 12 personal stories, either from themselves or stories from their friends and families. So 10 of these stories are here in Singapore. Some I know, some I don't know. One of the story is from Malaysia and one is from Hong Kong. This color, which is the color over here, the 7th color, this is Story Weaver, is a story from Malaysia, and This color, Warrior Monk, is from Hong Kong. It's actually not a real story, but we can all relate to it because in the 90s, the Hong Kong movie industry is very popular in the Asia. And this color is inspired by the 僵尸道长, Mr. Vampire Priest or Mr. Vampire. I always watch the movies and the dramas in Chinese, so I don't really know what's the name of the movies or drama called in English. So anyways, Makeup with Rising Phoenix made a video about all the stories over here and about this palette in details, and I will link their videos also in the description box below, probably also in the comment section, and also over here on the iCard, so that you dears can have a clearer idea. And if you dears are very into horror stories, you may also like to watch how they come up with these shades and what are the 12 stories over here. I will just share one of the story here. Oh yeah, they also have these stories written in their IG. I will also link their IG account in the description box below. So the shades I will share with you will be this. This is the 8th color, which is Warrior Monk. And this is the color that I swatched just now, so coincidentally. So actually, if you have watched me before, you might already know this. This is the shade inspired by the Hong Kong movie 僵尸道长, Mr. Vampire. And the lead actor for this 僵尸道长 is a Kung Fu actor Lin Zhenyin. And later on, these movies are developed into dramas. So Lin Zhenyin played as the Taoist priest. In the movies or in the dramas, it's called Priest Cow, or what we call 九叔. He catch ghosts, he catch the Chinese vampires, and this is what we call the 僵尸. So in the 90s, these horror comedies movies are a hit with the Chinese market. So here in Singapore, the kids here, regardless of race, Chinese, Indians, Malays, Eurasian, are scared of the 僵尸 and ghost. And so by seeing Lin Zhenyin catches the ghost and the 僵尸, make us feel that he is the hero. And he has always been our hero throughout the childhood days. I think Makeup with Rising Phoenix really love 僵尸 and 僵尸道长 Lin Zhenyin, the Mr. Vampire. And this is the second time I talk about Lin Zhenyin with their palette. The first one was from their previous Halloween palette in 2020, which is the Desist and Deviant palette. And this is also featured in this Living Dead, is the color over here. I just saw one of the colors crack. Oh no. But touch wood, it hasn't fall off the pen yet. So this is Living Dead, which is inspired by Lin Zhenyin, the Mr. Vampire, the vampire priest. See, this is Desist and Deviant palette, Living Dead, and this is the Resist, this is Vanquish, also inspired by the 僵尸. And these are the pretty colors. The color theme for this Resist, Desist, Vanquish palette is more of a winter theme, dark, muted, grungy colors. There are a few purples and purple pinks here. All the colors are vegan and doesn't stain our eyes. For the color depth, most of these colors are the mid to dark tone. This palette will be a great complementary palette that adds a darker, smoky, shimmery looks to our eyes. When I was creating looks for my 5 eye makeup looks video with this palette, I need time and imagination to create a look. As for the finishes, all these colors are the shimmery, duochromes and subtle multi-chromes with sparkles. The sparkles are finely milled, not the pressed glitter type, hence they are not chunky and rough, and I love how sparkling they are on my eyes. The subtle multi-chromes has less color shifts as compared to their full multi-chromes formula. For their quality, they feel so smooth and shiny and reflective like wax, but without the waxy feel. The colors are intense and some are vibrant. Every time I hand swatches the Makeup with Rising Phoenix palettes, I show it to my hubby Mr. Guan. His eyes are always wide opened. And he always say that they are so pigmented, pretty, buttery, smooth and vibrant. He learns very well from me. Even even a guy who is not into makeup can see the eyeshadow quality and complement them. These colors pick up better with our fingers or a dense eyeshadow brush. I always like to apply shimmers and metallics with my finger, then blend out with a brush to blur out the boundary from one color to another. These eyeshadows blend out so effortlessly. I love how the colors blend together seamlessly with one another. We don't need to intensify these shimmery colors with makeup spray or water because it is already very intense. However, if you feel like spraying them, please do so. Please be gentle when we pick out the colors. These colors have great color payoff with just a little amount, so just be gentle with them. And they do not fall out when I apply them on the eyes. This is a magnetic palette and you can remove the eyeshadow pens easily. For their longevity, these are so great! And they do not fade on my eyes as always with their eyeshadow. Conclusion, I find that for my makeup preference, especially for the eyeshadow part, I always like to use a matte formula on my crease, the outer corner. Matte eyeshadow formula to me is a staple. They are just like water, plain but essential. But what I really love are the metallics, the shimmeries, the duochrome, multichrome, sparkly eyeshadows. They add to a very interesting twist to the eye makeup look. I find that for Makeup Rising Phoenix, it is kind of like their signature to produce an all shimmery eyeshadows. This is not the first one, they have quite a lot of them in all shimmers formula. And I find that they are very strong in this formula. Although this Desist Vanquish Eyeshadow Palette is an all shimmery eyeshadow palette, for me who owns a few hundred eyeshadow palettes, it is very easy for me to pull out another palette and combine the matte colors and use with one of them. Another thing, I feel that all these 12 eyeshadow colors, they are all very beautiful individually. And I feel that they are like human beings, all very successful, charming, capable, intelligent. But the issue is, when you want to get all 12 of such high quality people together, they may not be able to work as a team. So that's why I find that when I first see these colors, it really gives me a hard time to think which colors should I combine together. Besides, I feel that there are some colors, especially the purples like this, Nightly Audience, Story Weaver, and She Flies, they look quite similar to one another. So today I'm actually using this color Nightly Audience on the upper eyelid over here, this one, and the color And She Flies as the lower eyelid. This is my 5th eye makeup look for my 5 eye makeup look videos, and I find that when I use both of the colors on the eyes, can't really tell the difference. I would say that this color and She Flies, this is more intense, and the color over here, Nightly Audience, is more reflective, and this is a subtle multi-chrome, and you can see a subtle color shift from one angle to another depending where the lights hit. But I would say they look almost the same. So that's why I feel that I have a problem mixing this color together. And most importantly, that's because recently I'm very low in my creative juice, and my current makeup style is more of the very simple, natural rosy eye makeup look. And that's why with my low creativity level, I really cannot see how the color mix together. And yes, if you are the very creative type, please share with me in the comment section below how would you combine the colors to create a look. I can learn a lot of things from you dears. So that's why my most preferred way, as I mentioned in the video, I'll just pull out a matte from another palette and also from their own palette, and then just mix 1 or 2 colors over here as the main color on my eyelid. I think there was once when I combined this color. I think there was once where I applied a matte eyeshadow on the crease, and then this color Exorcist, which is the gold one, and mixed with this Warrior Monk at the outer corner. I get complimented by an old uncle from the traditional Chinese medicine store mentioning that my eyes is bling bling. Very funny. Again, I really love Makeup Rising Phoenix creativity and their originality. I really appreciate their effort to do the research and checking out with their families and friends with the stories. And I find that this is very challenging to convert a story into a color, and to make sure that this color is also sellable. They are so brainy and creative and diligent. So I really kudos to their effort. And now this makes me look very forward to their next Halloween palette of 2022 and see what they are coming out with. I was joking with Makeup Rising Phoenix that how about coming out with a Hungry Ghost Month palette with the true Singapore ghost story, or the famous haunted place in Singapore like the Matilda House, Old Changi Hospital, Golden Mile Complex. And I think by the time they come out with the next Halloween palette, I will surely learn something from them. And I find that for their quality, they are definitely worth the pricing. I have a few expensive palettes like Natasha Denona, Charlotte Tilbury, and some of them don't last for me, and I find that they are much more expensive than Makeup Rising Phoenix eyeshadow. And this eyeshadow really suits me very well. And last year, I was doing more consistently on the DIY to the palette series, which I am duping the color stories of a newly released eyeshadow palette on the market, and to check if I already own them. If I already own them, will I reach out for these colors more often? If I do, then I will consider to buy the newly released eyeshadow palette, because I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes and a lot turn moody, so I do not just want to waste money on the palettes for them to get moody. It doesn't make any sense. And there was once I duped this Pat McGrath Celestial Odyssey palette, and I'm duping that palette with a lot of Makeup Rising Phoenix shimmery colors. And to me, Makeup Rising Phoenix is my Pat McGrath, because Pat McGrath is really too expensive for me to buy, and they are not cruelty free. So to me, one of the most important thing in eyeshadow is that it lasts on me. And so far, so good with Makeup Rising Phoenix. They last on me the whole day and do not fade on me. And so far, the only drawback I can think of this palette is that it may not be able to create tons of look. It may not be so versatile. This will be a great complementary palette to a basic eyeshadow palette colors. And this may be due to the darker color tones over here, as well as the all shimmery formulas over here. And when I was creating looks with this palette, I was actually taking more time to think of what to create compared to their other palette, the Oriental Rhapsody palette, which I also did a review about it. I also like that palette a lot. It is also an all shimmery eyeshadow colors story. But having said that, I reach out for 3 colors more frequently than the rest, and which is the Exorcist, the gold one, the Gifts for Afterlife, and the Warrior Monk. And later this week, I started to appreciate more of the purple colors because purple, green, pinks, and the browns, and sometimes golds, are one of my few favorite colors for my eyeshadow. And having said that, I dig into one of the colors. This is such a waste. Oh no! Let me wipe it first. So like what I said, I will just use one matte color combined with one of the shimmery colors over here. And I really love they are so sparkling on the eyes. And Makeup Rising Phoenix is known for their shimmers formula. So if you dears are really into great quality eyeshadow, love the originality, love these darker tones. Yeah, now that I see from my viewfinder, it doesn't seem so dark on the camera because of all the lightings over here. It looks vibrant. And if you love indie brands, you may want to consider this. And yes dears, before I forget, if you happen to be interested in any of the Makeup with Rising Phoenix product, please use my discount code over here. It will help you to save 30%. And that is when you feel comfortable using my discount code. Then, I am glad that I'm able to help you to save 30%. If you are not comfortable, then just shop as per your usual. And thank you so much Makeup Rising Phoenix for giving me this discount code for me to share with you dears. I hope that this video is helpful for you and hope that you learned something new today. And now dears, it's your turn to share with me. What do you think of this Desist Vanquish Eyeshadow palette? Please share with me in the comment section below because I love to hear your feedback. And last but not least, here's an inner beauty tip for us to be more beautiful and more wise. Hope rises like a phoenix from the ashes of shattered dreams. Thank you dears for watching. If you happen to like this video, please subscribe and click the bell notification button below for my future videos. I love to do beauty products review and also beauty related videos. So if this is your cup of tea, please join in my YouTube family. Also, if you'd like to connect with me more, please visit me at my Facebook and Instagram platform. The address will be over here on the screen. May you dears have a peaceful, blissful and joyful week ahead. See you next time. Bye! And before you go, please check out these two videos over here. Thank you!